Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, aka another Marvel movie where I'm like, I can't talk about that. I can't talk about that. I can't talk about that, or that. That's a spoiler. That's a spoiler. I know that's in a TV spot, but not everyone sees TV spots. So does that count as a spoiler? I don't know. This is a movie I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk about because it's all spoiling. Like literally, like in like the 21-minute mark, probably. I don't know. I don't know exactly the one time's up, but by a very shorthand minute, I'm like, okay, this is gonna be those movies where it's gonna be like Endgame, where like that's a spoiler, that's a spoiler. How do I talk about it? How do I talk about like this is a movie that a lot of people have been looking forward to. A lot of people have been looking forward to Wakanda Forever and the Marvels and Thor: Love and Thunder and of course Fantastic Four, which is some and Blade and all that. But a lot of people have been looking forward to Multiverse of Madness for a couple of reasons. One is the continuation of Wanda Maximoff, the attenuation of the Scarlet Witch from WandaVision, and oh my god, like, okay, I'm going to give away a spoiler, just a little bit of a spoiler, but it seems like from the trailer, like if you could figure it out, you figured it out kind of thing. So if you don't hear about it, go la 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 for like, I don't know, a minute or something. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Wanda is the villain of this movie. I'm not going to explain her plot. I don't want to explain what she does and why she wants to do certain things, but she's the villain. And this movie is very heavily, like, I mentioned it to someone who was going to see the movie, and I said, well, they're going to dive, they say that they're going to really dive in the horror element of the Marvel Universe, and they're like, nah, they're not going to go that far. Disney wouldn't allow it. Disney, oh, you will not stare audience because staring does not sell. Woohoo! They won't do that. Well, fuck me, they did. And Wanda and bloody Scarlet Witch, Wanda Maximoff is the boogeyman. You're terrified. Everything she does, you're like, I mean, there's no sense to this woman. Like, all the logical reason is like, because it's the multiverse, she's like, I can do this then, but that version did this, and it just, there's no sense of it. And it's just terrifying. And there's like 5 jump scares out of this woman. This character, and Elizabeth Olsen plays this character so bloody well. Like, I like Doctor Strange. I really enjoy how Benedict Cumberbatch plays Doctor Strange. But Elizabeth Olsen steals the show. Every time she's on screen, you're glued. Her performance. And WandaVision probably did help, knowing like her pain, her suffering, what she's been through, her motivations, and everything she does. It's just marble to the mind. And then, but also the other reasons people are really looking forward to this movie is, of course, the moment we deal with the multiverse. And the multiverse, like, here's the thing, the multiverse, how Marvel has handled it, from No Way Home, even from the sense of What If, but from No Way Home in this movie, is like, the multiverse is a very out there concept, the concept of, hey, there's different realities around, there's different realities, in some universe this happened, and other people here, and all that kind of stuff, and the universe and that. It can get really nothing and very confusing, right? They're able to make it so simplified. It's a simple, like, okay, we go here, and we go here, and with our plot advice. And it's just so beautifully handled how they handle it, because the average girl could be like, okay, my brain's telling you right now, I don't understand what's going on, but they're able to make sense of it. It's a very straightforward story. It's very character based, and with the multiverse equals the cameos, like Charles Xavier is in the movie. I'm saying that because in the goddamn trailer, we recognize what Patrick Stewart's voice sounds like. What are we up to? Like 30 bloody year. It's been like 22 years since the first X-Men movie, probably 23 years for him. I think people will, and Star Trek fans also, would probably recognize his voice. So Patrick Stewart is in the movie as Charles Xavier. And there's other cameos of referencing that we own the Fox characters now. And hint, hint, I think we will find who's the new Fantastic Four director, and we will probably, you are going to see him in the movie. Just saying. And I was like, that's character. I'm trying to be vague here. If you're able to figure the clues, if you're able to go Sherlock Holmes Batman on this, sorry that I'm spilling, but it's such a hard movie to not talk about and go very specifics. And how they're able to put this together, you know, where, like, you got also this brand new character named America Chavez, and I don't want to spoil her character, but she's well put together, and her motivation, her characters, and like she's kind of the MacGuffin of the movie, you may say, or at least one of the MacGuffins. Once again, don't want to spoil it, don't want to mention it, all that type of stuff. But the last thing, like, there isn't anything I would really complain about. There's nothing really to complain about. This movie is just so crafted together, and if you're a film buff and really into like filmmakers, the one other reason a lot of people are looking forward to this movie is who's directing the film, and that's Sam Raimi. Now, if you don't know who Sam Raimi is, aka you saw his Spider-Man in for Christmas, his Spider-Man came back, and his Doc Ock, his Green Goblin, and his Sandman, but he directed the Evil Dead trilogy with Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness. So he has experience in horror. And as I referenced, he directed all three of those original Spider-Man films with Tobey Maguire and Kristen Dunst. So, understandably so, people are like, oh my god, he's the veterans of both genres, and we want to, and he's like the perfect blend together. And people were kind of like surprised with the one time because it's like 2 hours and 6 minutes. And the post-credit scene is like, okay, I can't even talk about you. I can't talk about it. It's like, god damn it, Marvel. You don't really want people to talk about your movies at all. At all, do you? Do you? Do you? Anyway, god damn. But just how, but he's able to make it work. He's just able to make it work, which is so, like, and you got all the crazy angles, like, camera angles, which are like duck's angles here, or the camera's kind of swerving around, able to give you tension, but also give you the right amount of laughs and tension and fear and stares, and make you go, Jesus Christ, Wanda, can you stop freaking me out? To say the fucking words, to say the 3 words and move on. By the way, spoiler, she doesn't say the 3 words. Just want to put it out there. Okay, so if you don't know, in the comics, Wanda says the words, no more, which is the words, no more mutants. And, 90% of mutants will pop off. And, literally, a lot of death, because, people were flying or stuck in walls and all that. So, this movie is good. Please get Sam Raimi back for Doctor Strange 3. Please. This is just great. This is just a great movie. And it is probably not going to be for everyone because it's a horror movie. And if you're expecting like an MCU film, and this is gory, by the way. This is a very gory film. Very violent. More blood, very it's that type of movie where you go and say, look, you don't need, you can make gore happen in a PG-13 movie. You can make that happen. there's like a 3-minute sequence where I'm like, how did you, oh my god, like, you know, it's just this movie's so